What's good, y'all? It's your girl, Galaxy Queen Star. So finally, I'm finally here. My last prediction for the Strike 2.5 card. Okay, so that's T-Top versus Geechee Gotti. So I'm very excited about this battle. This is like one of my favorite matchups that's on the card. Now with T-Top, he recently just came off a battle from Summer Madness 7. That was T Top versus Ill Will. And surprisingly, he was kind of whack to me. Like, I saw it live when it dropped, and he was just boring. I wasn't into anything that he was saying. Ill Will was okay. He wasn't the best Ill Will, like Ill Will versus Briz and Ill Will versus, Rock and all the other opponents that he had. So it was just an okay, matchup. But before that, he had the battle with Big K that was on Smack Volume 2, and then he also had the battle recently with JC, and that was Traffic 3. So he was great in those battles. Like, he came with it, in those battles. But the last one, I wasn't really too enthused by T-Top. But overall, that was just one bad battle he had. Overall, T-Top been doing his thing. He's top there. He's at the top of the list. One thing about him, he talks about the street just like Geechee Gotti do. He talks about the street in the drug game and, the things that he go through in life. He do uses good angles. He talks a lot of street shit, like I said. His word play be on point. Okay. Now, I was thinking, like, what angle could T-Top use against Geechee Gotti? Because Geechee Gotti is similar to him. Geechee Gotti is also from the streets. Most of his bars are street bars, just like T-Top. You know what I'm saying? Drug game and, the gangs and, and Crips and all that stuff. So they talk about pretty much the same kind of thing. The difference to me is that Geechee Gotti really lives that life. And I'm not sure if T-Top really lives that life. I believe T-Top probably experienced selling drugs and everything, but Geechee Gotti is more so in the real streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's from Compton. He did documentaries where he's showing the hood and just the gutter. Like, he's always been in the gutter, Geechee Gotti. He really lives that street life. So the angle I was thinking that T-Top could use against Geechee Gotti, it's just, the only thing I could think of is the fact that he lost to A-Ward recently. And A-Ward is a Christian battle rapper. So that's the only battle that Geechee Gotti lost recently, was to A-Ward. All his other battles that Geechee Gotti had, he's been killing them. And I don't want to, make an excuse for Gotti, but I really feel like, being that he had another battle coming up at the time when he battled A-Ward, I just feel like he didn't take A-Ward seriously, and he thought that he could just go in there and spank him, but it turned out differently. Because I remember, like, a week or two after that battle, he was to battle Shotgun Suge. So that wasn't smart on Geechee Gotti's part to take A-Ward right before he was about to do the Summer Madness battle with Suge. Okay, so now going to Geechee Gotti. Geechee Gotti has realism. Like I said, he's really a Crip. He's really in the street. He's done documentaries, been on documentaries in the hood, talking about the hood and the hard knock life. He's a good puncher. That's one thing about him. He's a good puncher. His last battle he had with Shotgun Suge. He had with Tech 9, and with Shotgun Suge, he won that battle. He won a battle with Tech 9, and he won the battle with JC. And T-Top won. He lost against Ill Will, but T-Top won the other two battles, which was against JC and Big K. Okay, so going back to Geechee Gotti, he's been on a winning streak, except with the battle with A-Ward. They both coming off, they both have a winning streak, and they both just have only one loss, of this year. So this is a great matchup. They both in the streets, they both only got one loss, and they just have so many similarities. Let me get my orange juice, y'all. I'm kind of sick. Whew. It's hot in here. So I was thinking, like, what angle could Geechee Gotti use against T-Top? And the only thing I could really think of, being that they have so many similarities, you know, they both from the streets. They both talk about the streets. They both on the winning streak, except for one loss that they both have. You know what I'm saying? They both a little overweight. You know what I'm saying? It's like they have so many similarities. So the only thing that I could think of an angle for T-Top to use against Geechee Gotti is the fact that he recently lost to A-Ward, who was a Christian battle rapper. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like what Geechee Gotti needs to improve on his freestyle abilities, like rebuttals and stuff. You know, so because if T-Top come at him about that, he could try to rebuttal that, like, well, you lost to so and so, you lost to Ill Will. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna have to try to work on his freestyle abilities as far as Geechee Gotti is concerned. You know. But the angle that Geechee could use against T-Top is the fact that T-Top tried to go on this strike for the strike, and it wasn't successful. Like, he gathered all these battle rappers complaining about his pay and how much the URL made. It even went on, the Angry Fan radio show, and gathered all these other battle rappers to be on his side. And then, he basically backed out of it. He kissed the URL's ass, backed out of it, and didn't stand his own. Okay, so I'm pretty sure Geechee Gotti is going to use that angle in this battle. And I would love to see how he uses it. What he's going to say specifically, how he's going to use it, how small is he going to make T-Top feel. You know what I mean? And he could also talk about how he bailed out on our streets. Remember when he was supposed to, chime in on one of our streets' battles, and he just dropped the ball, didn't say anything. So I'm sure Geechee Gotti may mention that as well. All right, so only time will tell. We will see. We have 2 more days, and I'm very excited. So I will be recapping it live, y'all. Okay, so y'all have a good night, and remember, there's no night without stars. Later.